What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Megan and Jen from Girls at the Rock Show. How's it going, guys?
Hey, how
Good.
are you?
Doing great. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did you guys form?
How did we form? We were roommates in college, a
Yes.
million years ago. And I think that first year we were kind of paired together by the university. And well, I don't think I know we were paired together by the university. And we just had a lot in common, just from a music standpoint. And then also back in the day, our personalities were kind of similar. I think we sort of, I don't know, Megan, are we the same? No, we're not.
No,
We're,
I think we've always been very different, but I think music was the main thing, especially that
yeah.
was similar.
So.
Yeah.
So then, we went to a bunch of shows together, and Megan moved to the West Coast after she graduated. I stayed on the East Coast. We still made an effort to visit one another. And then, you know, after like during COVID, we talked about sort of
Mhm.
doing something like this. And it just
Yes.
never happened. Megan was really busy, and my mom was sick.
Mhm.
So it just never happened. And then my mom died, and I sort of needed an outlet. And this was that. That's how we formed. That's how this happened. My fault.
Yeah.
What are the odds of like two people that are into pop punk and emo getting like paired as roommates?
I mean, in 2006, pretty good.
Well,
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I mean
this
like
is
I mean like now it would be like one out of a million, but now like 15, 20
yeah,
years
that's
ago,
true.
I would say like I agree with you. I would say it was probably pretty good.
and
Yeah. But
also,
it was funny because like if you saw the two of us, like I don't know if that's where your brain would have immediately gone. So like I remember meeting Jen and
oh
she
no.
did not seem like I was probably more the stereotypical,
No, you
pop punk
weren't.
emo looking. I mean, yeah, I'd band tees and like skinny jeans. That was me.
Okay,
So
like,
like yeah. but
okay,
but I think that I was a little more stereotypical than
maybe.
Jen with that stuff. And so when we first met, I was a little like I don't know, we felt like we didn't have anything in common when we were looking at each other's like Facebook profiles and stuff
Oh, I was
beforehand.
terrified of Megan.
And
I was
then yeah,
terrified.
and then when we actually got to talking and we realized that like Blink was the first thing that really connected us, and then we started getting into the music chat. And so yeah, it was really the catalyst for the beginning of our friendship.
Mm.
Good old Blink strikes again.
Yeah.
And also, um, Andrew McMahon,
Yes.
because
Yeah,
then
that
you
was the
saw
other big one.
the background on my laptop, and it was a
Mm-hmm.
picture of Andrew, and she was like,
Yep.
"Oh, it's not just like, oh, you saw Blink on MTV once. Like you actually
Yeah.
go to shows."
Yeah.
That's awesome. Short, simple, right to the point. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I absolutely love your name, your podcast. How did you guys come up with it?
Megan.
Blink. Yeah, I think we were thinking of something that had to do with, obviously we were going to do some concert content, like things that we've gone to in the past, anything we were going to currently. And then obviously we wanted to have people on to interview. We just didn't know how that was going to go. Like, of course, as it's gone on, we've had people like reach out to us now, and we have quite a booked schedule, which is so nice. And it's really wonderful meeting all these people. But back then we were like, well, it's going to be mainly us talking about concerts initially. So what should it be called? And we were saying, I think it was me,
It
right?
was you.
I
Yeah.
was thinking if it was anything Blink related, since that was the thing that connected us at first. And so Girls at the Rock Show and from Rock Show. So
It's
That's
catchy.
it.
It draws people in. I mean, I know that's how it was like with me. Like when I saw, it, I'm like, that's really sick. Like that's really like catchy. Like I definitely have to go and check them out.
Oh, thank
no,
you.
thanks.
It's a big deal.
So have you had interviews that stuck out, and if so, which ones?
Man, there's so many good ones, I
Well,
think now.
um, I don't. Okay, well, we're gonna leave out the balance. Yeah, we
Well,
don't even know.
no, I'm gonna lead with a good one. Like our first ever interview was Kai, the Vibe
Yes.
with
Hi.
Kai. And I think I was so terrified because I was like, this is our first interview, and if anybody is on Instagram, you see this guy everywhere, the Vibe with Kai. If you don't know him, go check him out. What but he's got a lot of followers. He's pretty well known, and I couldn't believe that was our Jen had gotten him as our first interview, and
I just
he
asked.
he was the
He's
nicest person
so
ever, and it
incredible.
was
Love him.
just, yeah, it was so wonderful. It was just such a nice way to ease into interviewing and meeting new people and this whole, interview process that we were starting out with. So yeah, I think that's one that really sticks out because it was just the beginning of it all, and he was the best person we probably could have had for that first interview, which was great.
So did you
For
guys hit him
me,
up on like Facebook,
Jen did.
email?
yeah, so in this dynamic, Megan edits. She
Mhm.
edits, she posts the interviews or episodes, she curates an episode playlist on Spotify.
I do the clips,
I'm yes,
and
you
then
do the
yeah, and
clip.
Jen. Hmm.
I am the annoying one. I'm like, come on podcast. Please, Grayscale, come on our podcast. They haven't come on yet. Liking our stuff though. They haven't come on yet. Um, so I saw you remember like back in like 2000, 2024 or 2023 when when Cowboy Carter came out, Cowboy
Yeah.
Carter, the Beyonce thing, and it was Texas Hold'em, and everyone was doing
Hmm.
okay. So I saw this reel, and it was this guy who had blacked out his whole head, like tattoo blacked out his like whole head, and it was wrapped in saran wrap. And then all of a sudden, you just see like Kai because he'd done a stitch with it, and I was like, I want him. I want the guy who's making the judgmental face. And so I just messaged him on Instagram on like my personal account. And he was more than happy to come on. And
Yeah.
it was that same way with Nick Gambarian, which is one that from
Hmm.
Bayside,
Yeah.
which sticks out because I had a panic attack and couldn't talk. Um, I think one of the two you mentioned Chris Fafalius from
Yes.
Punchline, and just getting to talk to a member of a band that I've loved for so long,
Hmm.
that stuck out. And the whole band is so
So
kind, but
nice.
he
Yeah.
was so kind and so funny and personable.
Hmm.
And I'm very sorry for bringing up Cute is what we aim for, but kind of still glad I did because that was a really good crash out that is in the episode. But we just released an interview with Chase Walsh
Oh
from
yes.
Worry Club. And out of everyone we've had on, other than Kai. He
Hmm.
has the largest following.
Hmm.
And so there's deserved ego there. He's 27. He's doing incredibly well with Worry Club. No ego.
No.
Nothing. Just, I cannot say enough nice things about this kid. Like,
Yeah.
and Megan, I would hope that.
Yeah, and I think he sticks out to me too, even like listening back to it when I was editing, because he and I were so similar, and it
Oh, it's
was
creepy.
really funny. Yeah, like just with the most random things that
Their
we have in
birthdays are a
common.
day apart.
Yeah, so that was funny, and he was
That was
great. He was such a nice
weird.
guy. It was a lot of
Just,
fun chatting with him. So
but
yeah.
like to be fair, we've had everybody we've had on
Mhm.
has been so nice to us and
Yeah.
so kind. And the conversations have been so good
Yes.
that, our interviews tend to like go really long. Poor
Mhm.
Megan. Just poor Megan. I'm sorry. It's me. I talk. It's me.
No, it's nice
Um,
though because it we have really had some wonderful people on. We interviewed someone, the interview's not out yet, last week, who was super sweet as well. Yeah, there's just been some really great people we've talked to. Action
yeah.
Adventure Brompton.
Oh God,
We
Brom.
love
Ooh,
Brompton.
didn't need to forget
Yeah.
Brompton.
So
And the thing that's fun is they are friends now.
yeah.
Like we can just hit them up on Instagram message and like it's not like, oh, who are you? It's a whole conversation that like just continues, which is so weird. It's nice, but and I'm sure, Dave, you experienced
Yeah.
that. Like it's so strange. It's so surreal.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
it's like we were talking about like before. It's all about like forming like legit relationships.
Yes.
And it's all about just like staying true to like who you are as a person. And if people see that, usually they want to be, be a part of it. And then, the rest is history.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, hopefully we exude that when you listen, or
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm the more Megan is the mom of the episodes where she's like, uh, the one I can think of offhand is when we interviewed Wilmette,
Mm,
another Brompton band.
yes.
Brompton was not fully involved in that interview. I will go off on tangents forever. And poor Megan is like, "Hey, we're hitting 4 hours. We got it. Let's wrap this up." And it didn't help that Aiden, Aaron, and Eric from Wilmette
Yeah.
were just all along for the ride, and yeah, so
Yeah.
didn't help.
Which is wonderful. Like I'd love to talk for hours, but I have 6 dogs and sometimes I need to feed them and
And a
I
husband,
have other
you
things to
know.
do. So yes, I do have to be the mom sometimes and be like, "All right, guys, let's get back on track here."
Yeah. So sorry to
I
put
tell
you in
people
that
this all
role.
the time. There's got to be like a mom and dad in like
Yeah.
every like podcast, every band, every record label.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great, and I'm appreciative. So I we'd be here forever. Gabe Woodrow is another one that stands
I
out
know. There's
to
just
me.
so many. It's
And
so hard to
oh
pick.
God, Kristen Keith from Northvale.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really even
Yeah,
have to
they're
talk
great.
because we have questions that we submit to that we give to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Same questions for every interview. I don't think we really had to talk for Northvales because they just kept going at
Yeah,
each other back and forth. It was great.
it was
And
fun.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's really cool to see the band dynamics then.
Mm-hmm.
Because you sort of this is not curated for us. We're like we don't there's no pretense at all.
Yeah.
So it's great. You love it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the Northvale. I mean, that was my experience with them. Like they were really, great people to chat with, and they were able to
Mm-hmm.
really like elaborate on their answers. And it was just like,
Mhm.
bar talk. I felt like I was at a brewery, and I was having pints
Yeah.
and with them, and just like shooting the breeze, and just like really like getting to know them as individuals. And yeah, it was definitely one of the better ones that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are great. It helped that I think Chris was a little bit high. It was great.
Yeah.
And Keith, we figured out Keith loved pretzels and pickles. So
Yep.
we find out a ton of things that
Yeah. Some very
why would
random
we know it?
things.
I don't know. But good ideas for birthday gifts for Keith. Dots, pretzels, and pickles.
Yep.
Throwing that out there.
Well, that's good to know moving forward. So now I know what to get him for his next
Yeah,
birthday.
exactly. You
Yeah,
got it.
Shoot him
exactly.
some
Got it covered.
pickles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe
If
pickle
you,
flavored pretzels.
I don't know about that. You know what? Everything is dill flavored now,
I
so
know
that I mean that
exactly.
could work. That could work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm all about dill. Sign me up.
Yep.
Me
Same.
too. No offense to anybody listening or watching, but bread and butter pickles are bullshit. Sorry.
I like bread and butter too, so
Of course you do.
I'm getting so hungry right now. As soon
I
as
know.
we're
Sorry.
done, I'm just gonna go and just stuff my face and just get really
Yeah.
fat.
No. Well, pickles are low fat, so there you go.
Exactly. There you go. Just
They're
load up on
cucumbers.
pickles.
Yeah, there you go. Why not?
Easy to
Like,
make too.
are they?
I'll I'll
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Oh,
So, are there other podcasts that like you draw influence from, and then you just apply that to your game?
So the built-in question thing came from very specifically, like we were trying to figure out how to do this, and I listened to a podcast called Films to Be Buried With. It's with Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso, if anybody knows him,
he plays Roy
Shrinking as
Kent.
well. Yeah, and he's been doing this for years, and he has a set number of questions that they do every show, and I really liked the way that worked because it just meant that even though they have these like offshoot conversations, there was always something to kind of come back to in case anything did get awkward or you just needed some sort of structure. So that's where that came from for sure. And I don't know, is there anything else that you really like? I listen to podcasts, Jen doesn't. So I think we were kind of drawing from like anything that I was pulling from at the beginning here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that was probably the main influence for that. And I think just other little things like certain podcasts that I like will have little segments. So we do like a musical moment every week. Because I just thought, oh, that'll be kind of fun because they come up on other podcasts. They'll have like little weird segments that'll pop up. So that sort of thing. But I think that's the only one that really specifically helped with the format.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Ellie's
it's
on
good
board.
to have that happy medium of like one person being like super hardcore into it
Yeah.
and another person like not. Just because I feel like it definitely makes your podcast like even better.
Well,
Because I
thanks.
don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing, so I just
Well, no,
I
I
no,
think that's
it's
true.
not saying it
Yeah.
negatively.
Hmm.
I just don't know what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
just talk.
It's funny. Like I feel you, Jen. Like I'm a little picky on podcasts.
Hmm.
Mm,
I mean, obviously, like I like yours, and then my homie DJ Ross Star, he runs
yeah.
a
Hmm.
good one. Like he interviews a bunch of sick bands, and I'm able to like
Yeah.
draw influence and from him, and then apply it to my game. And
Hmm.
then there's the podcast with Shane from Silverstein.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? It's what is it, like Singer Syndrome or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like
Something
that.
Something like that.
about,
But I watched a
yeah.
couple episodes. I listened to a couple episodes. I really liked, the episodes, the people that he was bringing on. I loved how like personal it was and how like chill and
Hmm.
laid back. I'm like, you know what? I want mine to be similar to that. And so I've just been trying to apply it to my game and go from there.
Do you want
Yeah.
to hear a funny, man, I don't know. I think I told you this, a funny story about DJ Rothstar?
Go ahead,
Or no?
shoot.
If he listens to this, it's okay. It's not bad. So when Megan and I were at Syracuse, um, w- she befriended a band called Light Resolve. They were opening for the Used when they were touring in 2008. And the lead singer, Matt, and drummer, Neil, and their second bassist, Luke, would stay with us when they were in the Syracuse area. And we actually had Neil and Matt on separately. They have their own artist agency called Artist for Artists. And DJ Rockstar started following us. I didn't not after I don't know when. I just noticed him. And I was messaging with him just like, hey, thanks for following, thanks for liking our stuff. And then I noticed he was following our friend Matt. I was like, how how do you know Matt? Because it didn't they're childhood best friends.
What are the odds? That's wild.
Yeah.
No, see,
So
but
random.
seriously, it's a very small world. It's a very small
Hmm.
city. So
Yeah. They're
yeah.
from Long
But
Island, so
yeah,
yeah.
it's a very, very small city. Well, not really. Pretty big. But still, childhood best friends. So
Yeah.
we had no
Yeah.
idea, no clue. He didn't know. He didn't know that we knew Matt.
Yeah.
So just fun. Like we've never actually spoken to DJ Rothstar like on the pod, but if he's friends with Matt, he's a good dude for sure.
Hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people that this scene is really small. This world is really small, and news travels fast. So, like, let's say you do something dumb, like it gets around
Yeah.
like to everybody like really fast.
Yeah.
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 Good or bad, news travels fast, right?
So
Well,
you
the
better
bad news is,
do only good things and no
Yeah.
stupid things.
oh
Yeah. At
boy,
least try.
oh,
That's
do as
awesome.
we say, not as we do. That's yeah, do that, you know.
Word. So, who are the first pop punk emo bands that got you into pop punk and emo? I love asking this question with people just
Hmm.
because like I love
Uh,
like the backstories and like I always
Yeah.
get like different
yeah.
answers.
So for me at least, I'm from South Florida, so New Found Glory definitely. Um, so there's pop punk,
Hmm.
Dashboard Confessional again, another South Florida band. Um, And then right around the time I was discovering New Found Glory, there were two other bands. One was called Unsung Zeros. They no longer exist. They were from Orlando. And then there's a band called Lucky Boys Confusion out of Chicago that not everybody's heard of, but everybody should listen to because
Mhm.
they're incredible. Um, yeah, those are the ones that really like held my attention in the beginning because I skew a lot more like pop and R&B, like especially before high school.
Mhm.
And then going into high school, the other one that is I think ska. And I'm curious if you would have heard of them because I already had this discussion with you once upon a time, Megan. Edna's Goldfish. You know who Edna's Goldfish was? Okay.
Never heard
They
of
had a
them.
okay, they were a band out of New York. And this is probably like Napster era. This is
Yeah.
before social media at all. And they had a song called Veronica Sawyer, and everybody knew who they were. Like people, you know how we all kind of know that rumor about Marilyn Manson and there was no social media? It's like that. Like how do we all know the same rumor? How did we all know Edna's Goldfish? But those were the major ones. And then of course going into high school, Starting Line, Taking Back Sunday, The Used,
Mhm.
you know, and obviously with, all of it, Blink and Green Day in the,
Yeah.
90s. But for a long time they were more like punk as opposed to pop punk, for my definition, which is probably wrong. But Megan's probably somewhat similar, but I can think of one band that won't be on my list ever.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
well, I
Something
was
Corporate
coming
too.
from it. Yeah, I was gonna say something corporate was missed there, but yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
on both of our lists.
I
But
think
yeah, I think I'm pretty similar. I was kind of coming at it less pop. I
so.
kind of liked pop, but I Hanson and Spice Girls were probably like as poppy as I got, at age
Instinct.
10. But my brother is 9 years older than me. So I also had a lot of like grunge influence. So, not pop punk, but I then was listening to Nirvana and Pearl Jam and that sort of world, REM. And that helped kind of drive me into the Blinks and Green Days of the world, like coming into middle school. And then from there, of course, New Found Glory, Good Charlotte, The Used, obviously being a big one for me, Something Corporate, the more like emo sort of world, and Dashboard as well in that same sort of world. And yeah, I think that's kind of
Does it?
the
Does it? Does it?
well, what?
My cat. My
Well,
Chemical
yeah, My
Romance. You're
Chem,
not
but
gonna
My
say
Chem's a little later. I'm saying like the early ones
it.
because My
Okay.
Chem was more like I don't know 2003, 2004 is when they started really picking up.
Yeah.
But before that, those were
The
the
terrorists
main
won
ones.
that day.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said something corporate because it's like they're big, but they should still be a whole
Mm,
lot bigger.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was in
Agreed.
middle school, when I was, 13, 14, it's like I liked them, but now I'm like addicted to them. Like now
Yeah.
I can definitely put them in my top five.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I just think
Easily.
that Andrew McMahon is one of the most talented dudes out there. Like everything that he
Yes.
puts out is golden. And the rest of the guys are, incredible musicians,
Mm-hmm.
and I really do think that they deserve like way more love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I
I mean,
agree.
look, you're talking to somebody who has a Something Corporate lyric tattooed on their foot and a
Oh, that's
Jack's
sick.
Mannequin, yeah, and a Jack's Mannequin lyric tattooed under their left arm. So it's and for me, Andrew is life. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't like The Wilderness. I don't like Andrew McMahon in The Wilderness. I can't. It's just it went a little bit too far left, like, and that's fine if it's where he is. I love that for him, and I love that people love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the band he's been the frontman of for the longest. So,
Yeah.
and we had the opportunity to see SoCo on their reunion tour, both in 2010 when William Tell was not part of it, and then in 2024 when William Tell was part of it. So that was
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't yeah. And then this past November, so November 2025, we got to see Jack's Mannequin
Yeah.
again for the first time in many years because they have not been around. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys if you went to that tour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boy, did we. We had a whole event that led up to it. Megan and her husband have a little house in Anaheim,
Mhm.
California, and it's a very finicky little house
It's very
that has
cold.
smoke that has smoke
And
detectors
yeah.
that do not like me. Nope. No, because I just blow dry my hair and they start screaming at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
there was an incident, and then there was a broken there was a
Shower
shattered
door.
shower door, and Megan had hurt her foot a couple weeks prior, and
Hmm.
then she and her husband went to Tokyo to go to Tokyo Disney, and she screwed up her foot even more. And then as we're trying to figure out the shattered glass situation, she got glass in her other foot, the good foot.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
That
there's
was a
not
lot
a
of fun.
lot. It was great.
And that was right. That was like the day or basically
Yeah,
the morning of the
that was the
show.
morning
Yeah.
of. Yep, yep, yep. And there's
So
not a ton we wouldn't do for Andrew though.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's that guy. He's that guy for us. For me, I think Megan
Mhm.
could have just sat and not done the show that
No,
night, but
I love Andrew, but
oh yeah,
I
no,
was
but
just
just with
tired.
everything.
But no, it was wonderful. It was a great show.
That was great. So yeah, we did. We went to exactly one. I think if we had done two, she would have murdered me. So that's fine.
But at
Well, we
least
just we
you
did
would have
something
gone
for
out,
everybody
with a
before.
bang. You would have gone out like doing something that you
Literally.
love and getting to see one of the greatest bands of all
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah,
You
that's
know
true.
what? That's very true. I
Hmm.
would have lived on in Jack's mannequin lore forever. You know. See, Megan, you missed it.
I
You
guess.
missed infamy.
Yeah. Oh
martyr
well.
for a cause.
You know. So now we just have to go to Three Pianos in August.
Yes. Yeah.
Same house, new
Yes.
shower door though.
Yes. New shower door.
The important stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Open all the windows before you blow dry your hair. Maybe go outside. Can you blow dry your hair outside next time?
sure. I'm gonna just sit in the living room and just
Yeah.
like do it. We can open all in August. We can open all the doors and have the air conditioner
Yeah.
blasting, and your husband won't be pissed off about that at all.
Got to keep the hubby happy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, no. I've known them both the same amount of time. I met them both on the same day. So I'm allowed to have my opinion. I have to be nice. Megan can't edit this out.
This is true.
Yeah.
So, how's the local pop punk and emo scene now in the San Francisco area and the South Florida area? Like, do you have a favorite venue, a favorite local band?
Oy. Megan? I'll
Yeah,
go
I
if
think
you because
well no, it's fine. I think I'm really bad at keeping up with like new music. Jen's much better at that than me, which is why, she's obviously the one helping to find people to come on the podcast. So then I'm learning about people as we do this podcast, which is really nice.
mhm.
And so I think that the we've only really interviewed Tarnish, I think, from up this way, who is great.
Yeah,
They're in
and
like
they're
the
new.
Sacramento area.
Hmm.
Uh and then yeah, otherwise it's been really nice to see some of these other bands start coming out west though. So Action Adventure was just here not long ago, but they're not local. But and Worry Club's coming out. But yeah, it seems to be a good scene. Even when we go to these shows, there's always like the same group of core people, which is really nice. So
Hmm.
we've gotten to know some of these people, which is really nice as well. So there's definitely like a good community that's still supporting music, new and what we've known for years. So that's really nice. And down in Southern California, of course, like that's when we do shows down there, like that is prime pop punk emo world. So there's so much happening down there when it comes to some of these original bands from the scene, as well as there's plenty of new bands popping up all the time down there. So How about you, Jen?
Yeah. Well, I'm guilty of the same thing Megan is. I don't really keep up with local bands. I think I'm more, funny enough, in the Chicago scene
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
what it feels like.
so
Yeah.
strong. Whereas like in the early 2000s, you had, I mean, even the Pittsburgh scene too
Hmm.
is really strong. Here, there are a few bands. Um, Nonsense is one of them. I think they're really great. The venues near me, the one I love, the one I grew up going to, is in Fort Lauderdale. It's called Revolution Live. Um, it's a great venue. It has, an indoor venue, but also it has an outdoor space. We call it the backyard. Also, Culture Room is teeny, 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 tiny. In Fort Lauderdale, I grew up going there. I actually saw uh, the Sounds there once upon a time.
Hmm.
So that was really cool because I don't think they've been back to Florida. But yeah, I'm really, really guilty paying attention to Florida bands. Oh, bad podcast, man. I don't know what's going on. And then like when you go further up in the state, in Orlando, Will's Pub is actually really, really cool. It's, Action Adventure just played there. Worry Club is playing there on March 19th.
Hmm.
Um, there's a band that's coming on our podcast at the end of this month, so it means our episode probably won't be out until like May, because that's how
Hmm.
backlogged we are, which is great. Super, super great. We're grateful. Um, they're a band that I'd never heard of
Yeah.
personally, but they're also 2 years younger than me. So when they were coming up in the pop punk Florida scene, I was already in upstate New York in school,
Hmm.
so I was kind of out of it. They're called Goodnight Moon, and they're from Palm Beach, so a little bit north of where I am. And they're actually playing at Will's Hub on the 18th of March. No, I just
Hmm.
lied, 18th of April. So it's interesting to see the bands that are coming back into the Florida scene after all this time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
so
do you have recommendations for us since
yeah,
we are
please,
yeah
since
for
we're
I
our
was gonna,
awful,
areas?
I was gonna
please.
say it's funny because I was gonna say nonsense. I was gonna say Good Night
Okay.
Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like
been listening
it's
to Vacant
so
Andes,
okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Chris
Yeah.
Caraba's old band.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's interesting because like in the early 2000s, the Florida scene was
Yeah.
really strong, but it was very insulated because Florida is such a long state. It takes a lot to break out. And like, I think Cyrus Baluki from Newfound Glory was talking about this once upon a time, and he was just like, for them to get to like Jersey for the weekend to perform with, Midtown, let's say,
Hmm.
it it's a really long drive for just one show. And then you have to
Yeah.
turn around because you have work on Monday. So it's a lot of work to break out of the Florida scene. A lot. And if anybody who can do it, I give them an insurmountable amount of credit. But it's just tough.
Hmm.
But the Chicago scene and the Pittsburgh scenes are really strong, like
Yeah.
really strong
Yeah.
right now. So that's where the majority of our guests, like one of the first bands I got in contact with was Old Neon.
Hmm.
I'm still not okay that they're disbanding.
Yeah.
I'm very sad, but you know, they were so kind to us in the beginning and always, but just in the beginning, we interviewed Zach, their drummer.
Hmm.
It's sad when, this scene loses a really, really, really talented band. Makes me really sad.
Yeah.
I'm with you
Yeah.
on that. Old Neon, they were dope.
Yeah.
When I saw that,
Unfortunate.
it crushed me like you. It broke my heart
Yeah.
because they had a good thing going.
They did.
They did, and I think everybody kind of had the same reaction of like, what?
Yeah.
And like it doesn't help that they made the announcement like right after New Year. It's like, wait a minute. I thought you were doing this like this Midwest Friends Festival. I thought, by the way, because Pittsburgh is in the Midwest. Yes. If Zach Pollock listens to this, I won. I won that. Pittsburgh is in the Midwest. I don't know. I just wish all of them luck in whatever
Yeah,
they do, whether it's, I hope that they all find their way back to music because they're all so
in some way.
talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if
I
they
mean,
come back, I won't be surprised because everybody else is.
really?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's the same thing with like Sum 41. It's like I know, I get it. Like Derek said that like they're done, but it's like, dude, you're gonna be back soon. It's like
They
you're
keep
gonna
popping up.
realize that,
Yeah.
this is like your thing and that, we miss you and we need you in our lives. And I think
Yeah.
they'll be back in like a year or two. And then I'll have an
Yeah.
opportunity to feel like, I'm 10 years old again and just, rock out and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever have the opportunity to see Sum 41 live?
No, no, because I feel like every time I had the opportunity, there was another show. Like the
Oh,
last
Okay.
one, I think was
yeah.
in Philly, and I was gonna go, but I think I ended up going to like something corporate instead.
Okay.
I
It
mean,
was really, really tough, but I'm like, you
Yeah.
know
I
what?
wouldn't,
Like, I feel
yeah,
like it's
I would have.
harder to see something corporate than some 41. So then I went to see something corporate, and then later on, they made that announcement. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah. That I would have gone with you though to SoCo, you know? That's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I love Sum 41. I got to see them when they did Warped.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
you
man,
know.
now I'm just really like butthurt.
But like we're a few years older than you.
Yeah.
So by the time you were probably going to Warped Tour, they were too big for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my first warps. It's funny, like my first warp wasn't until like 2013. So at the
Oh wow, okay.
time I was,
Yeah.
21. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I didn't go in high school. I feel like I always had like other things like going on, so I
Yeah.
never had the
Yeah.
opportunity. And then in college, I finally went and I went to what was it, the Camden one. That one
Mm,
was cool, but like there
Oh,
was no place to sit, so I didn't really care for that. My legs were absolutely
yeah.
killing me by the end. And
yeah.
then I remember like, pulling out of there and like, driving through like shady areas, like boarded up houses. I'm like, okay, I was with my
Jeez.
homie Jimmy, and I'm like, dude, we need to get out of here because, my wrestling skills like won't do much against guns and
Yeah.
knives. So
Yeah.
like that's when I'm kind of screwed. And
Hmm.
so like Camden was all right, and then the Homedale one was cool, the setup was cool, and then the lineup was good. And then I went to the Merriweather one, the one by DC. That one was my
Yeah.
favorite because it was all grass.
Okay.
Lineup was good.
Nice.
That's where I saw Newfound Glory for the first time.
Oh
Oh,
wow, okay.
nice.
And they
Yeah.
killed it. They were, incredible.
Yeah.
And this might be like an unpopular opinion, and but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I think they're the kings of pop punk.
I
No,
don't
I
disagree.
mean, I don't think you're gonna get much argument from us on that
No.
one.
I'm
We
only saying that
have
because I feel like most people will say Blink.
I
well,
feel
I
like they've
think
surpassed Blink for me to
yeah,
a degree in
yeah.
recent years. I think as much as I love Blink and they'll always be like, the thing that got me into this music. I love Tom and Mark and their dynamic, and of course Travis is like the best drummer you're gonna find in this scene. But there's something about Newfound Glory that just keeps showing up, and they keep putting out music that still sounds like what we want it to sound like. They still perform how we want them to perform. I don't know, you're not gonna get much like, you know, pushback from us because I think we both feel that way. We love these guys. They're always happy to meet their fans. They're always the nicest. Yeah.
Cyrus always gives me a drumstick.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, that would make me
He
really
knows.
happy because I'm now a drummer. I just
Oh,
started learning how
really?
to play drums, and
Oh,
so he's one
nice.
of my biggest influences. So like, if he did that, like
Oh,
for me, like I'd be really stoked.
yeah, I ask. Much like this podcast. Like I just ask. Um, and he never says no,
Yeah, no,
ever.
he's
He
very,
is
very
like
sweet.
I mean, I love Blink, but like Newfound Glory's home, you know? There's they're home for me.
Hmm.
They're
Yeah.
That's who they are. They're Coral Springs, Florida, you know? They're good South Florida boys.
Well, and
Plus,
I
they
like
Even
I'm
though
from
obviously,
Jersey, and they love the Jersey scenes, so that makes me love
well,
them even more.
yeah.
Jordan was born in Jersey. Like he
I did
was
not know
originally.
that.
Yeah, he didn't move to Florida till he was like 3 or 4, I want to say.
Mm.
Wow. I'm gonna have to look
Yeah.
this up and see like where exactly in Jersey.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny because obviously I'm not from Florida, but I was saying the last time we saw them that there's something like they're like a comfort band at this point.
Hmm.
Like you go, you know what you're gonna see, you know how the show is gonna go, you know all the places to sing along, like you know, and it's just so nice. And and you know the crowd is because it's not as big as Blink or a Green Day where you're going to have some of those random people who just kind of know the songs from the radio who are going to come and maybe ruin the vibe of what the people that are actually there to see Blink.
Hmm.
So you're not going to have that with Newfound Glory. Anybody who's there is there to see Newfound Glory. And so it's always a great vibe in the crowd too. I think it's like a comfort food, like they're the comfort band
Yeah,
for
I
me.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And
Well, that makes
Jordan
me
is
feel
from
better.
Englewood.
Yeah.
What's that?
Jordan was born in Englewood, New Jersey.
Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, Englewood's like 30, 40 minutes from where I was born and raised,
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh,
that's pretty
that's cool.
dope.
There you go.
So you and Jordan Hunt, Jersey
Yeah.
boys.
We're
There
twinsies.
you
Ab- like Megan and Chase Walsh from Worry Club. That was
apparently.
a freaky
Yeah.
moment. So
Right on. So now I'm gonna ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you as people. I did this with the other bands and labels and all that. You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
let's go.
All right, first one, favorite TV show.
Ooh.
Scrubs or Golden Girls? My answer.
Okay. Gilmore Girls is a tried and true for me, but I absolutely love Ghosts is probably one of my all-time favorites.
Those are some different answers.
Really?
The
Really?
UK version
Yeah,
of Ghosts. I need to be specific here, not the US version.
I've never watched any of those shows, so now I'm gonna have to go and watch them and report back.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna watch Scrubs, don't watch season 9. We don't, the true fans, we don't acknowledge season 9. It was bad. It was, I'm so sorry, Dave Franco. It was bad.
What do you think about them bringing it back?
I love it. I think I've been so busy. I've missed like the last couple episodes.
Hmm.
But the first episode of the reboot I sobbed during because it was like one character was passing the torch to another one and I didn't
Yeah.
expect that and my heart sank and I just started crying like ugly crying. Also, Dave, I would be remiss, shut up, Megan, not to say this. Heated Rivalry. Heated Rivalry might be my number one favorite show of all time at this point. What is it, you ask? It's an HBO show based on a. I haven't shut up about this for like 3 months. It's based on I hope to God it's a young adult book with the way I've
Yes, it
seen
is.
it
It's a
written.
YA
Okay,
book. Yeah.
thank God. Um, it's about two hockey players that fall in love. That's really good. I've heard the books are not great, but the show. What? What? Read the book.
Well,
Always read the books.
if Jen's gonna throw an extra one in there, I'll throw another just fun one. If anybody hasn't watched Taskmaster,
Oh God.
again, the UK version, get on it. It'll
I've
just
never
make
heard
you
of any of
smile.
these shows. I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yeah, I think you will like Scrubs.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'm a dry
I think
humor kind of
Ghosts.
guy, so I
Ghosts
feel
will be
like
good
that
for
will
you
be right
then.
up my alley.
Yeah, I would.
Like The
Because if you like,
Office and like shows like
yeah,
that, like I
Mm.
love.
yeah. Do you like Ted
Hmm.
Lasso? Like, did
I
you
do
did you
like
see
Ted
Ted Lasso?
Lasso.
So it's the same creator. Bill Lawrence
Oh,
is the creator of
sweet.
Scrubs. So yeah,
So then I'll probably
yep,
like it. And
yeah,
I'll
you
report
definitely will.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
So if you guys could be any animal, which one and why?
Oh.
I would be a penguin. Why? Because it's a penguin. I'm terrified of birds, but my favorite animal is a penguin. I'm not logical. It's
That's
fine.
an amazing answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Penguins are chill. They just do their own thing.
Love them.
Yeah,
And you get a rock. You get a little rock when,
that's true.
well, kind of like much like when you get engaged in life, you get a rock. I guess it's not penguin specific. But no, I love penguins, and if I could be one, I would be one because it's a penguin. Who would want to be a penguin?
Losers.
Well, what would you want to be? A
I
dog?
don't know. That's a really
One of
hard.
your
Yeah, I
dogs?
think I was gonna say, like, very specifically, could I be like one of my dogs or like one of my dog friends who's also obsessed with dogs, like one of their dogs, just super pampered, like spoiled, the best life you could have.
Yeah.
What kind of dog? That's the $1 million question.
Oh wow. See, all my guys are Pomeranians, but I don't know if I'm that, if I would be
Bougie?
a Pomeranian. Yeah, I feel like I'm
I
a
think
mutt.
you
I
could
feel
be
like
a
I'm like my
labradoodle.
Oscar. I feel like I'm no, I don't like the doodles. I'm not a doodle person. I don't dislike them, but that's not my thing. I think
You would be
I think I'd
the
be a
mini
mutt.
herding dog.
I'd be
Okay.
some sort of little like herding dog probably, just like my little Oscar. He and I feel like we're very similar. So I'm gonna say I'd be a little herding dog mutt. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you said dog because I've had like multiple bad experiences with dogs. I've gotten bitten
Oh
Oh no.
no.
twice.
Oh
Oh
Yeah,
no.
no.
just for like doing my own thing and minding my own business.
Oh.
So that's why
Oh
I'm
no.
not super crazy about them,
I
and
don't
they're
blame
not
you.
crazy
Yeah.
about me.
You can come
Aw.
be a penguin with me.
Yeah, no, a pig would be cool because I could live in like, somewhere super cold. I could live on like, icebergs and I could just, do
Yeah.
my own thing and like people will like, leave me alone.
You just have to worry
Yeah.
about those whales.
Don't say
Yeah,
that,
Nightmare.
Megan.
and polar bears.
We're not gonna live in those. It's just gonna be a nice little ecosystem where like we will not be hunted. Damn it.
Okay. There you go.
Let me live in that delusion, please, because
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I'm happy to be a pampered dog. So, you know.
okay, there we go. Those are our answers, like,
Yeah.
Very cool. So if you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
Mm.
okay.
Well, I
Uh,
probably stick to the dog thing. I absolutely, as you can tell, I have 6 dogs. I love them. Most of, or at this point, I'd say most of them are rescues because we've had rescues who have passed as well. So we have I would more than willing give any money I could to. I have a few rescues that I really love and I donate to. We've gotten a lot of our dogs from my friend's rescue, the perfect dog. Probably help her out, get her some, much needed supplies and everything she needs to keep these dogs happy and healthy and pulling them from shelters and finding them homes.
yeah. Um, for me, it's not animal related, unfortunately. It would be the Multiple Myeloma Foundation.
Hmm.
Um, multiple myeloma is a type of blood cancer. My mom had it. It's what she died from. So if I had $1 million, I would give it all to them so they could find treatments and they
Mm-hmm.
could help try and do research about multiple myeloma and just sort of, I don't know if we're ever going to beat cancer, unfortunately, but we could definitely understand it better than we
Mm-hmm.
do. So that's my answer.
As long as we try, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like where Megan's money is going. I like where what about you?
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably split mine up because I'd want
Hmm.
to try to help as many people as possible. I would
Damn it, we
probably
gave
do
the wrong
like
answers, Megan.
I would probably just do like one to like ending human and like sex trafficking.
Oh yeah.
Um
Yeah.
I know it's a movie, but it still really hit home for me. Like when I watched Taken with Liam Neeson, it
Mm,
like,
Yeah.
it hit me in the feels. And I
Mm-hmm.
get it. It's a movie. It's, not real, but still like that stuff really does happen like in real life.
yeah.
And the crazy thing is it happens like 40 minutes from where I'm from. I've heard stories of people getting like, trafficked like in this town called Carlisle. And it's just like, absolutely like mind blowing.
Scary.
So some of it would go there, and then some of it would go towards like finding a cure for like autism research and like
Mm,
Down syndrome research. Because like I said before the interview, I work with kids with special needs, so it'd be cool to like
mhm.
give some of my money towards like research on how we can like
Yeah.
make their lives better and how we can, find a cure and
Mm.
just improve their lives. And then probably another one would be cancer, just because I've
Mhm.
lost loved ones. I lost my grandmother to cancer.
Right.
So it hits home for me. So those would
Mhm.
probably be the three as of right now that I would donate to.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. I mean,
Mhm.
I, see, he thought big picture of like splitting the money up.
I know. Yeah. We weren't
We're
thinking
not
that hard.
bright.
Well, it's funny because like people will ask me that, and I'll just be like, "Hey, it's your money. If you want to put it all into one, great. If you want to split up and do multiple, like
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever works for you."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, multiple myeloma, but like cancer research just in general,
Mhm.
because it affects so many people. And also, like, I don't know if this would count if I could split it up, but like giving money to hospitals that are being defunded,
Yeah.
because that's
Mhm.
really, really important because a lot of the hospitals that are being defunded are in rural areas and the people who live there they don't have the means to get to
Yeah.
a big city.
Yeah.
So, but it would all be medical for me.
Mhm.
Funny enough, yeah.
Well,
I can't stand looking at blood, but like it would all be medical for me.
just close your eyes, like put a bandana, around your eyes,
Yeah.
put like a mask, over your eyes.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Yeah.
that's what it was like when I was like taking care of my mom. It was like when I would like have to flush reports and stuff, I'd be like, okay, is it, is it right? Does it hurt? And yeah, no, no. But you do things for people you love that you wouldn't normally do for anybody else,
Yeah.
right? That's how that one works. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Well,
But I
last
like
question. What are some places in San Francisco and South Florida that visitors should check out?
don't come here. Don't come here. Here's the thing. Don't come here. It's not great. We have hurricanes. Don't come here. What? Don't come. Don't. I mean, Megan, you can go. I'll think. I'll think.
So I'm not a huge fan of San Francisco, but there are some really pretty spots to go. There's you go down to like Square where you can see the trolley and you can see a really nice view of Alcatraz, visit Alcatraz, which is really cool. You could go to the Walt Disney Museum, which is really nice, and the Presidio. That's all very beautiful there. So those are some cool spots in the city. And then I'm more down in like the San Jose area. So down here, I'd say Monterey is probably my favorite spot to take people when they come out to visit. It's beautiful little coastal town. There's lots of otters and sea lions and seals, and you can go on whale watching trips and see some cool whales depending on time of year. There's different types of whales out there. Sometimes there's even killer whales, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's probably my favorite spot to go.
Okay. If you have to come to South Florida because somebody is forcing you to, um, obviously the beach. I personally would not go down to Miami. It's always so
Mm,
crowded. Just for me, that's like too on the nose, and that's not the part of South Florida I'm from. So I really didn't spend a ton of time there growing up. Like Fort Lauderdale Beach is beautiful. Um, you like downtown Fort Lauderdale is really great. The Intercoastal, you can rent a boat, you can, you know, walk along the Broadwalk, or you can just drive 3 hours north and go to Disney, which is honestly what I would tell people to do because, or you know what, the Everglades. You can
mm,
take an airboat tour of the Everglades, or you can, there are like walking trails, that's actually pretty cool if you don't come to Florida in the summer, because
Hmm.
don't come here in the summer. You won't have fun. It's so hot, you
It's
won't
so
have
hot.
fun. And mosquitoes, you won't have fun. Go, you know what? Go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Go to Megan's side of the world. It's much nicer year round. Just
What I'll
is.
do is I'll fly out to San Fran. All right. I'll see
Yeah.
Megan. Then we can do some whale watching.
There you go.
And then after that, I'll fly down to South Florida with you, Jen. We can
Yeah.
hit up some hurricanes.
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny though? We're like you can tell who's native to South Florida by how they react to hurricanes. The people who aren't from here, like they hear it's a category one and they get all scared and then they go buy lumber and we're the rest of us who are from here are like, what do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's gonna rain and there's gonna be a little bit of we're all
Some
gonna be
wind.
outside.
Yeah.
Most likely we're all in our pools having a hurricane party. What are you doing? Then when you get to like a category four, category five, that's when we're all bracing and we're like, did the Waffle House close? And if it did, we're all probably gonna die. So also don't come here. So
Well, it's
yeah,
funny.
it's true. And also Florida man is a real thing. If you don't know what that is, you look, Dave, you don't know what that is. It's the crazy people who do bath salts and then eat your face on the highway. That's real. That
Sweet.
happens.
Sounds like my kind of thing. Uh,
Oh my. Okay, well then you can come. Sure, you'll fit right in. You'll fit right in with the crazy.
But no, it's funny that you said that because a couple of years ago, this was probably like 7, 8 years ago, one of my friends from college was living down in West Palm. So I
Okay.
went down there and I experienced my first like legit hurricane.
Mm.
And it was like, kind of wild. Like they were like putting up all kinds of like boards, on their houses and on their doors. And I remember like the following day when we went out, like the water was like covering all the cars. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is like pretty impressive.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's wild. It's always funny, like always, always, always the day before a hurricane hits, it's the most beautiful weather you've ever seen. Everybody's out at the beach. Everybody's like just happy, and then the hurricane hits, and depending on the category, you're just sort of. I've slept through hurricanes. I've
Mhm.
You don't always lose power. You don't, you
Yeah.
know, but I've also way back, the first hurricane I ever experienced was in 1992. It was Hurricane Andrew. It was supposed to hit the county where I live head on, and at the last second, it veered south, so it hit Miami. It was bad. We were out without power. I was five, so my parents and I and our dog were without power for like 2 days,
Mhm.
and that's normal if it's a bad enough hurricane. So again, don't come here. Don't, don't. It's a weird place. This is a weird place, everyone. The stories are true.
Hmm.
There's lots of cool critters in Florida, though. Lots of pretty birds and butterflies. And you can go on
Gators.
nature walks. Yeah.
And
Go
go gator
Gators.
hunting.
Yep.
You want to know
Iguanas.
what? You can go python hunting.
Yep.
That's a thing.
I'm trying
That's
to get
You can
rid
cool.
of
go python
those.
hunting.
That sounds really sick. We can do that.
There you
You
go.
can do that. I'll sit in the car. I'm afraid of snakes. I'm from here. I was born and raised here. I'm not made for here.
Jen
I
and I
don't
went
like,
to the beach once. This is how not made for Florida Jen is. I grew up in Connecticut, and we used to go down to South Carolina every summer.
I don't
And
like
I'm
this
on the
story.
beach with Jen one morning, and there was a horseshoe crab that was struggling to get back to the ocean. And so I picked it up, and Jen starts panicking. What is that? Why are you touching that? What are you doing? And I was like, it's a horseshoe crab. Didn't you grow up in Florida?
I mean, it's it's very easy to live someplace for the majority of your life and you just I've always had access to the beach. No, 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 no. Listen,
I
I've
know,
always had
yeah.
access to the beach.
Mm.
You just sort of become really like jaded. Like, I don't want to go to the
Hmm.
beach. It'll always be there. It's like Disney. For me, I'm like, it's a big deal. It's Disney. But for somebody who doesn't live here or live in California, it's like, oh, you live so close to Disney. I bet you go all the time. No, I don't. I have not been to Disney World since 2011.
I guess that makes sense because like that's how it is with like me and Hershey Park. It's like when I first
Hmm.
moved to Hershey, when I first moved to Hershey, I went there, a little bit. And now I'm like, you know what? Like I'll only go if like my family's going. Other than that, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll pass. Like I'm not a big like, amusement park guy and it's my backyard. It's like I'd much rather like, go back to home, go to Jersey and go to a show there, or go
Yeah.
to Philly and do some skateboarding there, or go to
Hmm.
like some breweries there, or do check out the Liberty Bell and all the historical stuff. It's like
Yeah.
I'd much rather like do that than just like do something that's in my backyard that I'm not like super duper into.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So obviously you've spent a considerable amount of time in Philly.
What's that?
You've spent a considerable amount of time in Philly.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Like
Few
I'm
times, yeah.
pretty familiar with like South Street
That's
and that
that's where I
area.
was going with it. Best cheesesteak in Philly. Your opinion, and there's one right answer, even though it's Jenna's
Jim's.
opinion. Yes, that's the
Jim's.
right answer.
It's Jim's one, and then it's Delisandro's two.
Okay. All right. But
Pat's and
Jim's.
Geno's, I think they're good, but they're overrated.
All right.
I okay.
So
Yeah.
Jim's is the
Megan, when
right
you come
answer
out
though.
to Philly, we need to go to
Oh, I
Jim's.
forced her to go to Jim's.
Oh, we've
We
gone.
we've been. We
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
saw
It's
we
good.
saw
Yeah.
Seosin and Alexis on Fire and Norma
Hmm.
Jean at Fillmore
Oof, that's a heater.
in yeah in 2007, and I made her go to Jim's, and I also made her go to Condom Kingdom because like you can't be on South Street and not go, you know?
Yeah, that always is. Whenever I'm over there, that always just like sticks out. It's like
Yeah.
it's just one of those things you just can't avoid.
Mm-mm.
It's just so
Right.
obvious.
It's obvious, but it's also so funny. Like it's
Hmm.
I don't know, I love going there. But yeah, I made her go, and then a couple years later, we were back in Philly. Megan and I were seeing Pearl Jam,
Yep.
and then we were supposed to go with a friend to see Hollywood Undead, and I had gotten like a sinus infection, so I didn't go. But we all ended up walking to Jim's because we weren't staying far from South Street.
Hmm.
So Jim's is the right answer though. I did debate in high school, and there was a tournament in Philly at St. John's and or St. Joseph's, I'm sorry. And we, as a, like a team, would all go to gyms, which I'm sure was a nightmare for them.
Nice. Yeah.
Like just a bunch
I'm
of
sure
high
they love to
schoolers
see
from
that rolling into the shop. They're like, oh no.
a
If I
bunch of
was one of
high
those
but
workers, my heart would drop. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I am screwed. I am just gonna go home now. I am
Is
not
it break
dealing with
time?
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like a bunch of kids from South Florida. Like thankfully, gyms is really great because they have like the how you order
Hmm.
before you
Yeah.
order. So that helped for those of us that read it. And then the other ones will get yelled at. So that's fine. I'm gonna get yelled at. But yeah, I miss the Northeast. I think you're very lucky to still kind of be there, even though
Hmm.
you are very clearly in the Midwest. I'm so sorry if you don't agree with
I mean, personally, for me, the Midwest is like Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, like
How far are you from
Kansas.
Ohio?
So
How
from
far are
like
you?
Cleveland, I'm like 5 hours.
How close are you to an ocean?
The closest ocean, closest beach is probably like Point Pleasant, like Bay Head, and it's like 2.5 hours.
Okay, fine. I will give you
Yeah. Because I would
Northeast.
we'd drive through Hershey to get to South Carolina. So, like, yeah, you're more coast, not coast, but like inland
You're
than.
closer then.
Well, the next time you drive through, hit me up.
Yeah,
I would
no.
haven't done that in
Well,
years, but yeah,
yeah,
I would
her
love
parents
to.
told that.
I'll
Yeah.
probably be
But
here
no,
chilling.
Yeah.
seriously. But if you ever find yourself in California or Florida,
Hmm.
please don't hesitate to like let us know. We'd love to show you around our respective parts of the US.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be getting to those spots as soon as possible.
Good.
Hopefully this summer, because I want to do a lot of traveling, see a lot of music homies. So
Nice.
yeah, I'll hit you up and keep your eyes peeled.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on, and the support means the world to me.
Oh yeah,
Well,
thank
thank
you.
you.
You've been incredible to us, so we really appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
So for the people that are going to watch this later, where can they find you guys at?
You can find us on Instagram at Girls at the Rock Show Pod. You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok at Girls at the Rock Show Pod. Um, I generally post clips mainly to Instagram. Sometimes
Mhm.
Facebook will get them, sometimes TikTok will get. I don't like Facebook or TikTok as much, but we are active. So if you message us on any of those platforms, you will get a response. You can also email us at girlsattherockshowpod@gmail.com. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Okay, did I get that right?
Yeah.
And you can listen to the playlist Megan curates every week for like all the bands and songs that are mentioned in each episode on Spotify. You can find that at Girls at the Rock Show playlist. And everything is listed in our show notes that Megan puts together. And she knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that, but it's there. I've looked, it's there.
Mm.
Megan's the real MVP.
She
Salute.
really is. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I just reach out to people and very derpily say, would you like to be on our podcast, please? And sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they flat out ignore me. Grayscale. But yeah,
I really hope that they get that you give them that face.
grayscale.
Like I
I didn't
really,
think
really
this
hope
on
because
a
I'm
face.
sure that like they would like I bet that they would really appreciate it. I mean, I know that like if you sent me a picture of you doing that, like I would be like, hell yeah, like let's do it.
Maybe that's what's missing from your messages, Jen. Yeah. A
Is it,
picture
I'm
of
just
your
like you
face.
have a picture like doing like that, like doing the cute
Really sad
face.
puppy face. That's how I used to get pics and set lists at concerts. So maybe I'll start
Yeah.
doing that again.
Yeah.
Maybe. But just look pathetic. You just look pathetic and then you get what you want. I've been trying to be not pathetic, but you know what? Why not? Let's see who gets us. I don't know. But yeah, that is how you can find us.
Yes.
Obviously, we'd love more listeners. We'd love more people following us on everything. And like we also, because sometimes we do run out of ideas of what to talk about just between the
Mhm.
two of us, or bands that people actually want to hear us interview. So like all of it's welcome. All of it. We're
Yes.
we're not stuck in like, oh, we can only have like the Worry Clubs and the Blinks and the Newfound Glories. We'll interview anybody.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, do
Yeah.
what they say. Go to the Instagram page, go to the Facebook page, like, follow, comment on the post, support local podcasts. You guys are absolutely killing it. Keep up the dope work.
Well, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
I hope you guys have a great day and we'll chat soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Same
too.
to you.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.